What's up, guys? I will be playing another not virtuals game. That's the online tournament I'm doing. Another YouTube game for you guys with some commentary. I'll be playing Jackson Smylie again. He hasn't put almost any time into the TWL3 update. He's planning on switching to Collins for good. But I was looking to play a game and he was around, so he's agreed to play me. He'll open with Vive, which does not take an S. And I have a bunch of consonants that I can try and get rid of here. Initially, I see Zerk. That looks pretty solid. It scores 27. I'm not going to be able to cash my Z in on one of these squares. I could also put down Zesty if I really wanted to, but I don't know why I would do that. Ritzy will also go up here. Will score a lot less than Zerk, but it gets rid of that Y. But I don't think the Y is bad enough to warrant that play. Zerk is also pretty solid because I hold an S, and if Jackson doesn't have one after a defensive play like Vive, he really doesn't have any plays available to him. So I like Zerk an awful lot, and I'm going to go ahead and put that down. And the Y is going to help me cash in Sally for 34. Get rid of some of these tiles. Don't think I bingo through this I. Oh, I do bingo through this I, actually. Loyalist. I knew that alphagram looked familiar. Alright, so Loyalist is going to go down. If Jackson blocks that, then I guess I can make my Sally and Zerk's play. And Jackson will block my bingo with his own bingo, which seems to happen all the time when I play Jackson. Okay. Well, that just made this turn a lot harder. I'm trying to find a 5-letter C word that'll drop the Y here, but Kali, I'm almost certain, is only good with an IE. Yeah, I just don't think I actually have a word. Man, Jackson just screwed me up so badly with that play. Thank you, Jackson. I can play Yo. It's pretty horrible. It limits Jackson's options. Of course, I said that last time, and he had exactly what he needed to completely screw me. Without like a C play or a perfect word here or here, it will be tough for him to respond. But TALS is just not strong at all on this board, especially after Yo. Nothing is strong on this board. Oh, you know what? I do have a word that plays here. I have Coley. So that's going to be cool. I'll play Coley and keep LST. That looks solid. Jackson will score a lot more in response a lot of the time, but whatever. Jackson will have exactly what he needs no matter what I do. I get so negative when I play Jackson, but it just always seems to happen this way when I play him. I hate playing Jackson. I've told him that a number of times. A number of times. I think the last like 4 games he's played against me, he has averaged about 515 or 510 or something ridiculous like that in tournaments. It's probably just a fluke. Nope, Jackson just always crushes me. See? Oh well. Jackson bingos with some easy stuff. I have no counters up here and no counters over here. So I'm stuck making a play like Fad. I don't even have a J play over here. I can play Fad and just try and draw a J word over here. If I draw an E, I hit Jet. Looks like pretty much the only thing I could draw on a 1-tile pull. Let me try and think of stuff I can actually. Oh, if I draw an O, I hit Jot, so that's another play. I really doubt that spot actually stays available. But I just don't see anything else. I'm going to go ahead and drop down Fad, and we'll see what happens. Jackson could go up here. I'm not going to draw my J play anyway. I'll draw another I. So, wasted. I really wish I could get these messages to go away. I don't know why they keep popping up, but they do. Could play Jot. Keep IILNS. Working backwards, I'm getting further and further and further away from a bingo while not scoring at all. It's kind of the opposite of what you want to be doing in a Scrabble game. Jackson takes my spot, so I can't keep fishing for the plays that I'll never draw. And I've got nothing. I mean, one thing I could do is play gens, make the new word SHO. You know what? Jilt is way better. I can make THO, yeah. Okay, that's 25. It's not the worst thing, but man, I'm really closing down this board. Jackson can make a dink. Well, if he makes a dink here, that always opens this up. I can't really fish for Jade. I would need a 2-tile pull-up. I'd need an A and an E to hit that spot. So, and it's probably not going to stay available anyway. I think I have to put down Jilt, and we'll just see what happens. Again, if Jackson makes a cheap play here for 30, that opens up this line for air or ire or ear. No, RE takes pretty much everything you want in front. I can play whines up here next turn. The S has almost no value for me on this board at this point, so I don't really care that I'm burning it to score. That's going to wall me in really hard, though, and I'm going to have to try and open this board later on, which is not a situation I want to get into. It just becomes a game where Jackson plays whack-a-mole over and over, and anytime I open something, Jackson makes a dumb closing play for a bunch of points. I wonder what it's like to be winning a game against Jackson. I don't think I've ever experienced that in my life. I think I'm always losing by 100 after 2 turns. Maybe one day. The worst case scenario for me right now is Jackson does make a play up here. I have no plays down here. And I have a decent, relatively balanced rack, and I think it turns into an exchange, or maybe I play zip. That's horrible. I could play kip instead, and that makes it a little harder for Jackson to make a closing play without opening up something in response, but I think I need the extra points that zip scores. Yeah, things got really bleak really fast. See if I can try and get those messages to stop. Maybe if I close that window, then I'll stop getting those Facebook messages. Jackson's going to exchange. So now I have the choice of playing whines, or I can still play zip. He's exchanged 5, so he could be keeping pretty much anything. It's not unusual to keep IN on an exchange 5 all the way up to like S blank. But I don't think we should assume he's necessarily all that bingo prone. If I play zip, that'll open the board exactly the way I want. Again, his exchange 5 doesn't really imply an S, and I know I'll be keeping one. With the W, I don't think I bingo all that often. I'd say maybe 50% next turn. But I think that's an aggressive play worth making. It just keeps the board open, and when I'm down this much, that's something I've got to be thinking about. So I'll put it down. I do draw a bingo. I draw man-wise. Wise man is not good, but man-wise is, and Jackson scores another 1,000,000 points with a play that doesn't require any thought at all. Cool. I might have other bingos, but man-wise is so solid just because it throws the E over here and creates another line that's going to be pretty tough for Jackson to block, so I'll set that down right away. I've drawn another bingo now. I've drawn mealtime through this M. Melanite doesn't go through this N. So if Jackson doesn't hit a 40-point stacking play there, then I'm in business. I'm almost back in this game, but if it gets blocked, I don't really have all that much. I guess I can make... Maybe Mealy over here, scores 37. Doesn't quite open a bingo lineup, that's unfortunate. But it's something, and like I said, at least getting this RE made keeps this line open. I'll have this line open. I might have some stuff over here. Man, I hate playing Jackson. This always happens. I feel like games kind of have storylines, and every game against Jackson has the same storyline. He goes up by 100 in 2 or 3 turns, and then I hit 2 back-to-back bingos or a lucky draw to make it look like I might have a chance before he breaks my heart. And there he does. He goes again, breaks my heart. He blocks my bingo. I mean, the strategic thing to do, I guess, is to close lines, but there are a lot of them at this point. I don't think I have any plays down to this B. That would be really nice to be able to make, or at least no decent plays. In MANEB, Maneb got added, but I don't have an N. If I did, that'd be an awesome play because it opens up a new quadrant to the board and scores pretty well. Can't do that though, so I'm stuck trying to decide, do I play Mealy, do I play something else? With all of those T's unseen right now, 4 of them don't especially want to hold a T. But I don't really know how I could play metal. But that's going to open up a huge scoring opportunity for Jackson. There's a Y and an H and an F and a B, and all of those could go there and score a whole bunch. But that's not too many tiles. I'm not keeping anything. Okay, one thing I want to think about, if I play metal, I'll keep EI. So I'll look at the vowels remaining. That's 18 vowels remaining out of 43 tiles. So we're at about a neutral vowel to consonant ratio, which means I don't really want to be keeping these 2 vowels. I think I'm going to go ahead and put down Mealy, limit Jackson's scoring options, pick up a couple more points, and we'll just hope I don't triplicate these T's. And I won't. Good. I've drawn Out Road, or Outdoer, I believe is also good. That'll go there if it doesn't get blocked. And if it does get blocked, I'm in bad shape again. I suppose I could play Dojo, and that'll, again, open things up. And he could block me with the play through here, but a lot of the time he doesn't have a decent one, and he has to score not that much to go up here, maybe, or it'll be tough for him to block everything Dojo throws open at once. So I've got a bingo, and then I've got a good backup plan if the bingo doesn't pan out. I might pull a challenge on Mealy too with the IE on the end. I'm almost certain that's good. But I feel like if he was going to challenge, he probably would have done that already. Jackson makes a strange play. He actually opens up more lines for me. Generally, when he makes a play like that, he's got tiles that look exactly like those. This is very clearly an equity play. Like, he's probably got another U and maybe another N. Wouldn't be surprised if he actually holds, like, ENU there. Now I've got to decide between Outroad, which I know is good, and Outdoer, which I'm pretty certain is good. Outdoer does take an S. I think if he has an S, he actually puts it down last turn. That's 12 more points on a board that's bad for S's. So I don't think he held one there, which makes playing Outdoer a little more enticing for me. I still need the variance that comes with this play. I'm down almost 100. I'll be down 20 in a turn after this play. So I think I've got to take the risk and just hope he doesn't have an S. If he does, it's pretty much game over. If not, he's forced making a weird kind of janky play here to block the line. Maybe I can still hit this spot. I don't know. I'll make this play. Won't pull an S. So now I just have to hope he doesn't have one and we can race to one. Here's that storyline again. Matt hits a lucky bingo after playing off 6 tiles, and it looks like he might have a sliver of hope. So I just know Jackson is about to break my heart. I do have EAUX right here. It kind of ruins the line I just tried to set up with Outdoers. But, I mean, it'll still be sort of open for a 5 here that could score a lot. Another thing I could try and do, and I don't see any plays that actually do this, is to set up an X play up here, go through the J, and maybe try and set up EAUX. You know what? If I fish for that I could try and play Fuji and then set up EAUX for 1,000,000. But I think that's too cute, and there's only one I left, so I don't hit that very often. And that would require me to say, let's see. I need to keep I would fish off GE. I'd get to fish off 2 tiles, trying to draw that 1 remaining I, and I just think that's so unlikely. So I think I just hit him for 39 here, play EAUX, and we'll see what I'm able to do down the road. If I pick up a T into EFG, I don't know. I don't... Let me think about this now. I don't want to rush into this decision. I can't really see myself winning this game after EAUX. I'll cut down on the spread, sure. But I don't think I can win this game very often. There's no spots to bingo, to hit a high-scoring play even. I could play fax here. That'll score 38, and if Jackson doesn't have an I or a U, which is pretty likely he doesn't have one, I get another 27 next turn on a board that's tough to score. I keep the last 2 E's in the game, so I'm not really worried about keeping those, and if I can play off the U, yeah, this play seems like it has a lot more upside. I'm going to go ahead and put this down, and let's roll the dice, see that. Hope Jackson doesn't have those tiles. There is also, I guess, a scenario where he has one of those tiles, but he has a play that's better than dumping one there. Like maybe some sort of 35-point play over here. And if that's the case, then I can still dump it. But Jackson's scoring so well that it probably doesn't matter that I get to dump it. We'll see. This game has basically been me taking aggressive risks over and over and over, and some of them panning out. That's the way you have to play when you're down, is just open stuff a lot and hope you pull those lucky pulls. And sometimes you end up losing by a bunch. So yep, there's that 36-point play I was talking about. I'll dump the U right now. No point thinking about that position. And I'll try and find a way to win this game. I'm down 31 and a turn. I've got the 2 E's, but they're not going to do much. I could try and play Taj and just open up a desperation bingo line and see if Jackson's able to do anything about it. That doesn't seem all that good, and I'm keeping such a poor leave after Taj that it's very unlikely that I actually do bingo. We'll see what he does. We'll see how many tiles he leaves in the bag and what that allows me to do. No, I guess he really doesn't want me to make a play like Taj, or he just doesn't want to open up the board. I could play Tend, and I gotta think about what I can draw. If I draw an R, I hit Reggies, Reggaes, but neither of those will go down after Tend. Yeah, there's just not really a way for me to open this board up very well. Not in a way where I can make a word that like takes hooks that aren't easily blocked. I could play Gab. And that's really not going to open something up unless I can draw something ending in an I or an O that I draw. I don't even think that's a possibility. I can play Gal and set up an E front hook. Jackson probably just blocks with a little dumpy play here. But the only front hook to Gal is that E. Maybe he forgets E-Gal as a word, but more likely he just makes a dinky play there. Still, I've got to try something, and that seems to be the front runner right now, just for lack of better options. Yeah, I'm just not even seeing anything that comes close to that. I'm going to go ahead and put this down. I probably won't draw a bingo and I'll lose the game. I'll draw another T, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this isn't going to bingo. Maybe Jackson gets scared and leaves one in the bag. It could happen. And then I could try and open up something here with like a Tend or something. But it's so easy for Jackson to block everything with some sort of Tav there or anything. I don't know. I'm going to lose this game. It's just a matter of how I lose this game. Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing a way I can score enough points. So Jackson draws Turista and has a spot to put it down, Turista, because of course he does. In fact, he has 2 spots. He can play it as a double-double, or just right here. I can block both with Gi, and I don't think I'll give him anything through that G or through the H. Would like to find a play that allows me to go out, so maybe I can play D instead. Keep GST. I think pretty much whatever I keep is, if I'm not keeping a vowel, I'm not going to be able to go out. If I just played the, then I still can't go out anywhere. It really doesn't matter, Matt. Just play something, get this game over with. I'll play Gi, just grab the extra point. And I guess my next play is probably going to be this. Tref is good, but it doesn't take an S. TREF. So I can't do that. But that would be nice. Just put that down. Now I can't go out with my 2 T's. I guess I could have thought about that a little more, but oh well. This was just a really boring game. Sorry for making you sit through it. There's just go down by 100 and claw your way back and come up a little short. That's how Scrabble goes sometimes. Maybe I could have done something different in the early game and tried to open a little more aggressively. Maybe Coley isn't right. Maybe I need to start opening that early just to try and see. Maybe I should play Outroad instead. I didn't get burned by the S, but he still scored a lot. I think if I play Outroad, he'll just hit Web for pretty much the same score, but I don't know. Jackson holds RST, so I guess he's not going out either. Is he trying to T-stick me? No, he can't do that, I don't think. Yeah, he definitely can't do that. There's a drop one here. He'll score some stuff. And I'll go out. Alright, well that's the game. Thanks for watching, guys. And I'll try and actually win a game one of these days. I don't do that very much anymore. Adios.